Yo, so the opinions and views expressed in this podcast are that of our own and the future Bachelor podcast only, and not affiliated with any outside party or entity or anything like that. This fun podcast, though, may include some adult language.
Future Bachelor podcast.
Enough of all that. Why don't we get into the nitty gritty of what we like to do around here, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's that time to talk about Bachelorette on our show! Yes, but before we get talking about the Bachelorette, YouTube, you know what's up. I'm going to need you to go ahead and subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time we drop new Bachelor content just like this. And if you just did, oh man, huge shout out to you. Ooh-wee, air horns for you. Oh man, you know we got to shout out our comment crew, and those are people leaving comments on our videos so you can get a shout out on the show. Of course, we have to shout out the OGs, the Nancy Drew crew in full effect. Everyone's in the building this last week. We got Catherine Ann, Chelsea Allen, Kathleen Kent, Marion SP, and returning into comments, we got Sunny Days 00, Wendy Fraley, we got Shanice, XO26, what's up? And then new in the comments, we got Terry Williams, welcome to the crew. And you can get a shout out, like we said. All you got to do is leave a comment, like give us a thumbs up, let us know what you think of the show, what you thought of the last week's episode, what we got going on. It should be a good time, always in there with the village we got growing. So we appreciate you guys, whoever subscribed and showing us love, because we just really enjoy the growth and seeing everything happen. Why don't we get into our comment of the week? Comment of the week comes from the OG Nancy Drew crew member Chelsea Allen, and she said, I've been watching the franchise since the start, and the man I'm reading this wrong or something, but since the start of the show, the women tell all, men tell all episodes are always so painfully boring to me. I always dread this week. I'm here for possibly messy Bachelor and Bachelorette with gay and bi leads too. I think that's a second thought as well. But what are your thoughts about this? What do you think about the men tell all, women tell all episodes?
I actually replied to this, and I kind of agree. I feel like I've said this maybe even earlier this year, or maybe last year with some of the seasons, where I feel like the women and men tell all episodes have become just mostly a place for commercial gain of promoting a lot of partnerships or maybe promoting other things. I think right now, obviously they have the Golden Bachelor, so that was going to be a huge thing for them to drive that whole episode. And I just feel like, I know they really record hours of stuff, and I'm like, who's putting in these decisions of what we're getting? Because I just feel like the end products that we're seeing wasn't that much. I didn't feel like I got that much out of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's been that way for the last couple of years almost.
Yeah, I think it's just weird because usually those episodes were meant to actually be, we get more behind the scenes stuff that happened that we might have not seen in the edit and stuff, but now this episode's being edited, so it's you don't really get too much, So yeah, I mean, it's totally there. And then we talked about a little bit about having a gay lead or a bi lead last week, I believe. So I think I don't think they'll ever really do it, but who knows? Yeah,
and not in the U.S. I mean, they did it in Australia, as we know. But,
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we got a lot to get into though with this week's finale. Where do we start? Is this is week 9? Week 9 and the season finale. So we really just got 9 episodes to get to know everybody. Is that enough? Do you think it's enough?
No, I mean, they definitely, Bachelor data has shown it, how they definitely shortened her season, started it later. And it's definitely a truncated season. And I don't really think that's super fair, but especially for it being the 20th anniversary of Bachelorette, we're going to give a shorter season. That seems a little sus. But
do you know the reasons for that?
I feel like I'm trying to remember what I read.
I think we
if there
talked
was
about like maybe it just because there's Bachelor in Paradise and the Golden Bachelor or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, yes, but I mean the fact that they started her season later too.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's just like how they're trying to fit everything in or whatever. They just, they're trying to make room. But even in the grand scheme of things, like, yeah, I mean, we're out here with, because I think maybe it's because they started Zach's season later too. Well, they aired his season later, like starting it later, because it always had been like that first or second week of January, and he started like the third, and he premiered the third week of January.
That's true. Well, where do you want to begin with this finale?
So the finale is a live finale, as it's been for the last bit, where we're going to be beep-bopping in between the live studio audience and what we're seeing happening in Fiji. And so they're scanning the crowd from the big jump. We could see just when Jesse's standing there, we could see in the background, we see like Zach's Shallcross, we see Serena and Grocery Store Joe. They pan to the crowd that you have Braden seated next to Rachel from, who was a former Bachelorette. We can see Gabby and her new girlfriend, Robbie Hoffman. And then it's never explained to us, in the crowd is Barb and Pilot Pete's dad. So Pilot Pete's parents. No explanation given to us. The entire time we're watching, they just pan to them several times, especially like putting Barb on like the little close-up cam in the bottom corner, and I'm all like, why are they there? Like, it would make sense if it was like a famous Bachelorette parents, if it really was supposed to be like,
do you think we see Pilot Pete on the beach?
Maybe, but like
that would make the most sense. I don't know.
Yeah, but like you would think they would have like said something. Why do they just have them there? Like, it just was so bizarre to me. But so
why do you have Zach without his girlfriend or his fiance?
Yeah, Katie. I don't know why Katie wasn't there, but maybe she had to work. She's a nurse.
Right.
So we zoom back to Fiji, where we have left Erin to go down to the beach and wait for Charity to make a decision about what she wants to do. Charity goes down, talk to him, and asks him like what he really wants, and he's like, I want to protect you, I want to show you like everything I am, blah blah blah, which to me sounds like he was like hoping for a bit of some fantasy sweet action. Like, he was looking for some sugar. That's what I got from that. I got that he was like, come on like, just give me a shot, give me a chance.
Yeah, he's like, just you're gonna see some surprise.
And she does kind of follow it up with a semi, it's seemingly, ooh, when she's all like, you can come by my room, like we'll have dinner and like hang out and chat and like whatever. And it's like, okay. But this is when I start to think that there was the majority, I could be so wrong in saying this, but I think a large reason about why Erin was sent back to Fiji was because, or sent to Fiji, I guess, was because they had to get another like couple bit of airtime B-roll with the Fiji Airways, because they show the B-roll of the planes multiple times. And he mentions Fiji Airways, Charity mentions Fiji Airways, about how he came all this way on Fiji Airwaves. And I'm like, they had to hit a quota. Like, is that why this man came here? Like, this is insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been because like they gave him a flight to get there. So they're like, yo, we'll give you a flight, but you better mention us a couple times. Erin comes back, they have a little dinner, it seems all right. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just, Charity has like this way of like making it seem like everything's fine when it's not going to be. So,
yeah. It seems run of the mill. Like, she makes it seem like he maybe has a chance, but like we all know in general, she's not like excited. She's like, it went well. And we're like, okay, like you're about to, potentially be getting a proposal within like the next couple of days. There's no room for like, it went well. Like,
yeah, I mean, Excuse me for my yawning, but it's been a long couple days. I think, it's just one of those things where why, like, she sent him home in the first place for a reason,
Right.
So maybe
she says to him in their discussion how she, regretted whatever, and I think she did regret it after learning what she learned about Xavier. Because she was all like, shit.
I just felt like a rebound because of that. Like, because Xavier went, they brought him in, and she felt good for a second. Then it was like, deuces. Which is interesting, because did they bring Aaron out for that at all? For like the live finale, like they didn't really bring Aaron to talk about any of this stuff.
They talked to him briefly about what it was like going back and then getting broken up after his whole journey.
Oh, because they say he's going to paradise. That's
because he's going to paradise when he does the money. He's like, hey, I'm like, okay, yeah, you definitely went to Fiji. You put on your crocodile tears as you were being sent home. You don't seem too sad about it.
Yeah. So we get that. What comes next?
So in all of that, the rose ceremony was hilarious because we have Joey, we have Dotun there. They know to be there. They're like, cool. They expect Xavier to walk up, but instead it's Aaron. And you can tell Joey's face, his face, he's like, wait, am I just seeing things? He's like, I know.
The crowd was laughing it was funny because he walks up and no one says anything. He's not like, yo, what's up, guys? There's no explanation. What are you doing here, bro? Everyone's just
you could see Joey doing the calculations, being like, no, it was Xavier here before, right? It wasn't Aaron. I'm not getting them confused. It was whoever. You could tell that was going through Joey's wait, am I seeing what I'm seeing? Meanwhile, Dotun looks unfazed. Literally just sup. I feel like Dotun he kind of does a little head nod-ish. He doesn't even give a shit.
Yeah.
He's just whatever. And Charity comes out, explains the situation, and then it's anyways, let's start giving out some roses.
She gives out one rose and then goes and talks to Aaron and sends him home.
Yeah, and then whatever. I was like, what was the point of this? This is so stupid. But he's going to paradise. We'll see. I feel like he'll do well on paradise, so we'll see how that goes, especially once because they're gonna make it dramatic with him and Brayden both being on the beach and how they had beef before, and they're probably gonna end up being bros. So
that's the way it goes, man. Give them a couple more girls and everybody's okay.
From beef to bros, yeah.
Because you have to at that point, you have to be friends from your season, because then there's other people. It just is what it is. But anyway, so moving on.
So we get to the part where it's meet the family dates and last chance dates. So Joey's up first, and he gets in there. He's smooth talking to everybody. Everybody's loving Joey. The sister loves that Joey got into the deep convo about him being a white dude.
Yeah, the mom brought up his eye contact that we've been talking about all season.
That we've been talking about. I know when she said that, I was all like, oh, Sai's gonna be excited about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he has deep eye contact, which
we hear nothing from the dad really for the entirety of this whole thing. Papa Lawson pretty much gives us nothing, which we love for him. He just sits there. He's like, I'm going to let these women talk. The most he does is just kind of shake his head or nod his head yes here and there. But, everybody's vibing with Joey. They're having a great time. They're saying how he would fit right in with the family. They're loving it. Homie straight kills it, which to me, I'm like, okay, we're starting to get this edit where Joey's starting to look like he has the upper hand for the first time, because I felt like for the entire time for these last couple of weeks, it's no contest Dotun. And I was like, okay, they're giving Joey the upper hand right now, which makes me nervous. Because I feel like they then purposely kind of give Dotun this whole look when he meets the family. He comes in, definitely a different vibe. Charity's act like you didn't just meet Joey and loved Joey yesterday. And they're like, how are we supposed to do that? We're not gonna be able
they're real
to do that.
Yeah, so they have a great time. Then Dotun comes in, and for some reason it's not hitting the same. What are they not seeing? You would think they would give him a chance, You
would think, and I think maybe he just came in a little too serious or something. I think he just
He just didn't bring it. He doesn't have the personality Joey has.
Joey has charisma,
Yes.
which makes sense. His job is literally as like a tennis pro. He's working with people who are like, you know, either potentially at resorts, potentially like more, you know, professional, whatever. He has to be kind of like out there, like working the people. And I don't think that's, you know, obviously Dotun is like trying to be vulnerable about how he's like, you know, this whole situation is way different than I would ever expect. I'd never expected myself to be here. I gave up a lot for this, but like Charity is like everything I could ever want and more. Like, so why wouldn't I give up all this stuff? And I just think how he approached it, which I think everything he said was great and like had the right intent behind it. But I think because it came off of like high charisma, smooth talker, awesome, like Joey, they're getting like a more level-headed, like vulnerable, deep feeling Dotun. And I think they're all like, what? Like, I think they wanted to almost be wooed more. And after getting wooed so heavily by Joey, and I think, you know, Dotun was getting like the kind of like this bad edit of being all like, they're like, you know, we don't know how we feel about him. And like, you could tell it's pissing Charity off. Like, that's how you knew that Dotun was the front runner in Charity's heart all along, because she's getting upset that they are, when they're comparing them or giving their reasons and whatever, that
they're not
compartmentalizing.
Compartmentalizing. Thank you. I was having a stroke there for a second. Anyways, like, you know, like Charity's been able to do this with her different men and stuff. Like the parents never can really do this. The first thing that they always are like, so like you're dating other men still, or you're dating, you know, that's like the first thing that they always say. Right. So, and you know, honestly, It was kind of making me mad about Charity. It's like, why are you making it's like your mom's decision? Like, you know.
Well, or why are you asking your mom to make your decision for you? Like, she's like, just tell me, Mom. Like, be real with me. Do you think I can't take it? And her mom's like, I don't think you can. I know how you are with decisions. Like,
yeah, no, she's like, I'm not saying a name. Good for her too for holding that down, because Charity was all like, the men know what they're getting into. Like, she's like, the mom, like, it's making it seem like Charity was like trying to make it seem like the mom was scared about what the men are gonna think of her like afterwards or something like that. And like Charity was like, the men know what they're getting into and stuff. Well, Charity, take that same advice for yourself. Like, you know what you're getting into by being the Bachelorette. Make your own decisions. Like, you know, don't have your mom tell you what you think to like make you like, it's just, that was ridiculous a little bit to me.
I know. And like, I've been there. I've definitely been someone who's like gone to my mom being all like, yo, like, I need to like talk through something. And because like, there are some times where I'm all like, I need someone to like help sway, because like I am confused, but it's not about like who I'm gonna marry. It's usually like, should I go do this or not? Like, is it stupid of me to feel this way?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think
because think about it. Like, if something goes bad with this person, it's like on the mom. Like, no, we're not gonna do that.
Which I feel like this was like the most real we've ever seen like a family be at this point, because like to me this felt like very realistic to how like I would talk with my mom about like whatever if I was like feeling stressed about a situation or something like that. So I appreciated kind of this whole interaction, because it felt really real to me. And like you could tell like her mom was like, you know, no, I'm not gonna tell you, like I'm not gonna say names, I'm not gonna like give a like specific, like I'm not gonna tell you who you should go with, like that's my right to not tell you, like you have to figure it out, like you know what's going on.
Which makes me
like,
think, like in the past, like do parents like just pick a person and tell her?
No, I think she's probably leaned on like maybe her parents for advice and stuff. And I could tell that maybe, you know, she's maybe made decisions that she was unhappy. I mean, she's talked about it this whole season about how like she doesn't want to make the wrong choice or regret something. And I think she was like so scared of that she's like, well, let me like see if my mom could kind of make the decision for me, because then I can't regret it if I didn't really make the decision. Yeah,
I do wonder like what was the deciding factor between the two of them though, you know?
Like, I mean, I think it's always been Dotun. Like, I think it's just kind of always been Dotun. I feel like he's been a consistent force. Like, she's always like even though like the sister said that she glowed around Joey and she laughed around Dotun, I feel like she's always lit up whenever she's been with Dotun. Like they've just always connected on a deeper level, like from even like during group dates, from whatever, like just even the way that she cared enough, like during one of the group dates to like take him aside to like her room or whatever for like their time to talk.
Or be the first person to have like two one-on-ones.
One-on-ones in a row. Like to me, I think it's just always been him. And I think like Joey, I mean, I love Joey. I think Joey's a great guy. I had from the beginning, before like even meeting him in the show, like when I, was just looking at the profiles and stuff, I saw him being a front runner for sure. Like, I just think he's handsome, he's funny, he's charismatic, he's really, he has that great eye contact. He just like really gives a shit about what, people he cares about are saying. And I just think, I think she, honestly couldn't make a bad choice, but I think she had to make the right choice for, really where she's been the entire time.
Yeah. In between all this with the live show, they got like new contestants for it's really confusing actually, the way that
it's really weird because like Jesse's all like, somebody in the audience is going to be dating your new bachelor, blah, blah, blah. So he just like is going around talking to random girls. Like first talks to this Leah girl who's from Hawaii, which I already was all like, it's going to be this girl because she was all dolled up. She looked real nice. She was like right in there. I was like, she's easy access to the stage. But they talked to her. They talked to this like Annie girl, I think. I forget her name.
You think Annie shows up at the house? Like they just throw away a contestant?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Like they talked to this Annie girl being all like, you might be on the show. And she's like, yeah, I'm a consultant, but now I'm a life coach.
Yeah, no, those were so awkward to like have them like give their like
pitch themselves.
Yeah.
Like they were pitching themselves.
Yeah.
It was so weird. And then he talks to Kat, Izzo, and Brooklyn, who were on Zach's season. And they're sitting there, which this was weird because like they're asking them while we're still like waiting to see who even proposes, who they think should be the Bachelor, which I'm all like, this is a weird timing to ask this because like they might know. And also we don't even know if it's going to be either of those two. Like we don't know that. Like it could be someone else random. And you're telling her that you're like, they're both picking like one picks Joey, one picks Dotun, being all like, blah, 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 they'd be great. It's like, well, you don't even know which one of them might have ended up with Cher. I mean, you might, but like, so it just felt weird. And it's also like, they're going on Paradise. Like, do we think that they're really going to also go on this show? And you could tell they were all like, just kind of like, haha, going along with it. So it was strange. Like, they've been trying a lot of different things these past couple of years with like how they introduce like, ooh, they'll be on your cast, like either like first date, like speed dating or like whatever. But this was, I think, the weirdest way to do it.
Yeah. So we get some of that. We get another look at Bachelor in Paradise with Kat, and she's making out with somebody else besides Brayden, so she's getting around on that beach. We then move on to their last dates. Now, there wasn't anything particularly interesting about these besides,
They both gave little gifts.
Yeah, which they were both sweet. It's really hard. Like, this is making it really hard for Charity, I could imagine.
Yeah. Joey's gift was the frame poem from their New Orleans date, which they had this really weird flashback as they were reading it aloud on that date of them doing it like in New Orleans, and like the flashback included looks at the poet. Like we didn't need that. And then Dotun gives her like a little like treasure map of different items from like their different dates and stuff together, which I thought was great. So yeah, I mean,
the only thing that I really noticed was that like she really likes Joey. She's going into Dotun's date and mentions Joey, and Dotun was like, that was kind of weird. Like we'd never really mentioned anybody else. But I mean, what do you expect? It's between you and one other person now. So
right. Well, I think she still had on her mind how, and I think because he brought up the whole like, your mom had one eyebrow up the whole time. I think she was thinking about the comparison of them with her family and like the comparison her family was making. And so I kind of think that probably played into it a little bit because she's all like, yeah, like, You didn't win over my family as quickly as Joey did, but you know.
We get Neil Lane, who I feel like we haven't seen in a little while, but
we haven't, which I was happy for it, but you know.
Neil Lane is back in business. Get some rings.
He's somehow still, I don't know how old this man is, but he is still kicking.
Yeah. And then we go into the final rose ceremony where we're gonna get a proposal. They make Joey go out first and do
That's
his
how we know.
proposal. Yeah, and it was rough because he said some really sweet things and she just smiling the whole time. And before he goes,
she looked real fucking happy for a lot of it.
yeah,
because
I don't understand.
it's brutal.
I don't know how I could do this. I don't know how I could do this to someone.
I mean, and you could tell she meant everything she said going back at him too about like, you know, how she has been in love with him and she really truthfully feels that and like blah blah blah. And then
what a crazy thing to be saying like an hour before you're about to be proposed to by another person.
By another person that you're gonna say yes to.
Yeah.
Insane. And then, you know, she even throughout the whole time when she's breaking down and being all like, you know, it's not like I feel something deeper for somebody else. He's like comforting her the whole time. And she's like, I'm like, damn, Joey be doing the most. And,
I mean, Joey be doing the most to become the Bachelor.
I mean, yeah.
So we get that. He's really heartbroken. He's like, when is it going to be my turn? I want that. Then we get Dotun. Well, we talked to Joey, right? With Charity before then.
No, we don't talk. We talked to Joey. He watches himself get broken up with.
Yeah.
And then we talked to him and like they're like he's like, yeah, you know, this is my first time seeing this, blah blah blah. We bling and he's like, you know, I was heartbroken, it was this or that, and we bring out Charity, which him and Charity have like a very wholesome, very like brief interaction. It feels like they're, you know, seemingly happy for each other because I mean they both kind of know what's going on.
It's the passing of the torch conversation. It's like,
right,
you know what's up. You're about to know what's up. You know, you're about to be the Bachelor. And, you know, that is what it is. So it's just like, I mean, at that point, like, you also have to remember, there's literally, like, these people have been on the beach. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's people that have been on the beach. There's people that are, like, about to become the Bachelor. They know at some level. They don't mention it there, but I thought it was weird how I don't know if I would have brought Charity out before her coming out with Dotun, you know.
It was weird. I thought that was weird too. Usually I feel like but it was pretty like above board situation, their conversation. So it felt like very amicable. They were like, whatever, we're Gucci. Like, I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. Happy you're happy. Happy you're happy. Like, it just definitely had that vibe. And I was like, all right.
Yeah. I think they just need to give some type of closure this season because, like, they're already on to the next thing. It's almost like not enough about Charity and Dotun, actually. It's, like, really just, like, it's almost like the MCU where, like, you get these, like, movies where they're just setting up other movies. And like Ant-Man 3 is not really an Ant-Man movie. It's just like it's really a setup for like future movies for other characters and stuff. So that's kind of how I felt about this. So yeah, anyways, Dotun proposes. She says yes. They're happy and stuff. And honestly, I'm a little bored at this point. Like, it's just, come on, we already know what's up. They come out, they're all happy for each other. We got both families there. We asked Charity's mom how she's feeling about Dotun. She gives a really weird response. Like, I've gotten to know him a little bit more, so he's, you know, maybe got one more extra point. Like, you know, it's like, I don't know what's going on with the mom, why she doesn't mess with Dotun that much, but
I mean, she clapped when they got when they got engaged on the TV. So
yeah. She might just be low key. They just might not be close yet. But yeah, so we get that. We get the news that they're sending them to Greece for a trip because Charity wanted to go there during her season. That didn't happen. And then we get the Dotun getting to tell Charity that she's going to be on Dancing with the Stars. So
yeah,
pretty typical for the Bachelorette to go on that show. So hopefully she kills it. I wonder if she's like a good dancer or something. She looks like she'd be a good dancer.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was like sort of random. I mean, I feel like you're right. It's been pretty typical for like the past several years where it's the Bachelorette goes on to be on Dancing with the Stars and stuff like that. But yeah, I kind of wonder, and I feel like this is because they're also bringing like Dancing with the Stars back to being actually on ABC instead of just Disney Plus. And it's going to premiere, I think, around when, the different Bachelor season stuff is premiering. So
yeah. So between all this, we're getting Golden Bachelor announcements. Announcement that Golden Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise are going to be like on the same night.
Yeah, they're going to be on Thursdays, starting September 28th. So Golden Bachelor will be from 8 to 9 p.m., which this is different from what we originally thought. We thought that was going to be airing at like 9 to 11. So they thought otherwise. They're going to have that from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern.
So it's an hour-long show. It's like not like a big deal. When does this start, you said?
By Bachelor in Paradise. Right
when did you?
after,
What date did you say this all starts?
September 28th, which is a Thursday.
Interesting. So yeah, I mean, we will definitely be following all that. I mean, it's just it's an interesting choice to put them both on the same night. It's a lot of Bachelor stuff.
It is. It's 3 hours of Bachelor stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how that affects this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So then we get the announcement that Joey's the Bachelor. Big surprise.
No shit.
A lot of spoilers on social media. I was noticing people were pretty upset.
Out. People were calling stuff spoilers because if people were posting stuff during the Eastern time / Hulu, I guess Hulu was having issues, so I don't even think Hulu updated until maybe midday or later today. Like, today,
yeah, usually Hulu is like the next day, but
yeah, but it usually is next day at 5 a.m. It didn't update until later.
Yeah, I mean these like Bachelor accounts need to, if they're gonna be putting out a spoiler, give it a day. Like, put up a slide that says spoilers coming.
Most of them have slides or multiple slides that say spoiler and whatever, because some people aren't looking to watch that, but they want that news.
I mean, I was scrolling, but like 3 posts actually until I realized I just had gotten it spoiled for me and I hadn't even watched the show yet. I was like, oh damn, like I just ruined the show for myself, I guess. Because they're like, this guy's a new Bachelor. That means he wasn't the winner of the show. Like, it's kind of annoying. It is annoying. I can see but everyone just wants to be the first to give the news and stuff. But it's just like, dude, have some respect for the people that follow, because we don't want to unfollow people. But if you're gonna be spoiling stuff, like,
well, yeah, but I mean, also you didn't need to be scrolling that stuff for. If you hadn't watched it yet.
It's not even that I was scrolling that stuff. I was just scrolling on Instagram like mindlessly, and it wasn't until like I was like, oh shit, this guy's a Bachelor, where I realized it's all gotten spoiled and I haven't even watched the show yet. So anyways, so yeah, and then we get the announcement that the girl that they end up picking for the contestant is this girl Leah from Hawaii or something. Yep. She's in LA now, but she's a beautiful girl, and they gave her an envelope that she can't open until the night, but they said it's not a date card and that it's going to change everything for her.
I don't know. That's annoying to me. I'm annoyed by that.
Yeah, it's annoying because, like, first of all, it's a lot of pressure to, like, remember this envelope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they better be just taking that envelope from her, and I'm sure they can't let her keep that envelope. They're probably going to take it from her and give it to her night of.
Yeah. What do you think it could be?
I wonder if it's like gonna be something with either like how many contestants there are, maybe if it's gonna be like something about like some
if
sort
it's
of
not
like,
a date card, then I think maybe what if it's like a
get out of jail free card, or like a immortality like for a week situation, like you can't be eliminated. I don't know. That seems crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what it could be. Like maybe she gets to vote somebody off.
I don't know.
Whoa, that'd be crazy.
That'd be nuts. Yeah, why give her power? It's strange.
Maybe it's a choice to go to paradise.
That would be interesting too.
No, I don't know what it could be. Maybe it's like she gets to, I don't know. I really don't know what that could be. So it better be good because it looks like they're throwing twists in. Like it looks like Bachelor in Paradise has a twist about like a secret
This
box.
truth box.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what that's about. But we'll see, I guess. This was our season of Bachelorette, season 20. Charity has found Dotun, her fiance. They plan on getting married. And not the best and not the worst season I've seen. What do you think?
I mean, I liked Charity as a lead. I really did. I think she kind of got shafted for having such a short season. I definitely feel like I liked a large majority of this season. I feel, as I always do, where I wish they would give us more, like some of those cute, fun moments that we don't always get to see that are, or maybe used as just like end of the episode bloopers. I was like, why didn't we just see this? Slash, I didn't love how they try to really force this whole Brayden bullshit narrative for, I feel like, a lot of it with the promotions and stuff like that. I was annoyed by that. But yeah, overall, I love Charity. I mean,
I think Brayden's going to be a star on that.
On Paradise for sure.
Yeah. All right, guys, what do you think? What do you think of this season? What do you think as a whole? Any other stuff going on in Bachelor Nation we need to talk about?
Yeah, so Krystal Nielsen, known for being on Ari's season for having her baby voice and then being on Bachelor in Paradise, and she was like, I think, engaged to Goose is what he went by on that. And I guess they broke it off or whatever. She got married to Miles Bowles, which I guess they were engaged in October. I feel like I remember us talking about that. But yeah, so congrats to them. Hannah Godwin and Dylan Barbour are getting married this week, finally. I mean, they were one of the standout couples from season 6 of Bachelor in Paradise. They're getting married in Paris this week. So that's cool. And then one of the most well-known Bachelor in Paradise couples, the couple that all Bachelor in Paradise couples try to model themselves after, are Jade and Tanner. And Jade has gone through something that is called a miscarriage, where she's kind of been really sick and dealing with like complications of pretty much like her pregnancy being ended in her body, but like not being completely done. So sending her and her family good vibes. And it's just so interesting, like how, these influencers can bring, notice to some of these kind of crazier medical things and things like that. So best of luck to them. And then in other reality show news, because we just said when the Golden Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise are premiering, Love is Blind After the Altar. So for, the After the Altar for the most recent season 4, will be debuting September 1st. And then September 22nd, we will have season 5 of Love is Blind, which will be couples or, people in Houston. So we will see how that all plays out.
Interesting. And then we did talk about, possibly recapping some rom-coms, stuff that might be similar to the vein of, Bachelor and Bachelorette in the off season. So if you guys have any suggestions of movies we should watch and recap each week, do we have one that we're going to start with?
No.
Okay. Well, maybe that first one will be a surprise next week when we talk about it. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas, I think it would be a cool thing to watch. Do some rewatches of movies and recap them, and that'll be something we do, in the off seasons for the show, maybe. So, give us your thoughts on that. Let us know what you think of all this news. What you think of the new Bachelor, Joey? Are you excited? Is this just another white boy that you're just like blah? Because he is. And are you happy for Charity and Dotun? Do you think Charity made the right choice? What do you think of this finale? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll be back, for sure, with the Golden Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise. A lot of Bachelor stuff to be talking about in the coming weeks.
Really quick, I saw somebody had commented on all the different pictures of Bachelors past to present, I guess, and people are all like, it looks like the presidents. Because then people were being like, oh, so Matt James is like Obama because he's the one
right.
black bachelor. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he's a good choice. I can't really fight on that.
I love Joey, so I'm excited. I think he's got a good personality. I think he's super cute. I'm excited for him as a lead. I don't really know who I would have picked otherwise. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, yeah. So let us know what you think, and another season down, and some seasons coming up to go. So we'll see you guys there.
Future Bachelor Podcast.